So it is currently 3:08 a.m. Central Time. The article is, I think, like an hour or so old. I did get it off of RT, just to let you all know, but it's not really pertaining to Russia exactly. LNG plant on fire, explosion, whatever, in Texas. Yet another thing to go wrong with everything. I'll put the audio clip of this article.
An explosion in Texas knocks out 20% of U.S. LNG export capacity for at least 3 weeks. One of the largest U.S. plants producing liquefied natural gas for export has been damaged by an explosion and fire. The damage has forced the Texas Gulf Coast facility to cease operations in a move expected to impact European and Asian markets. As a result of today's fire, Freeport LNG's liquefaction facility is currently shut down and will remain shut down for a minimum of 3 weeks, the company announced on Wednesday night, providing no further details. Earlier in the day, the company acknowledged an incident at its plant in Quintana, some 70 miles south of Houston, but said no employees were injured, and that there was no risk to the community. The exact cause of the fire and extent of the damage remain unclear. After some witnesses reported a loud bang and a large fireball in the area, aerial footage captured by local TV broadcasters showed firefighters at the facility, but there were no signs of open flames. The Freeport facility supercools and liquefies about 2 billion cubic feet of natural gas per day, or roughly 20% of the entire U.S. export capacity. Overall, American LNG exports were around 9.75 BCF per day in 2021, hitting a record total of 100 billion cubic meters that year, according to the Energy Information Administration. While U.S. natural gas prices tumbled more than 6% on Wednesday, the incident is expected to force prices up and have wider ramifications for global markets. Europe in particular is already facing a major energy crisis as a result of post-pandemic disruption to supply chains along with an unprecedented Western sanctions campaign imposed on Moscow. Despite all efforts to cut ties, the EU still receives some 40% of its total natural gas imports from Russia, mostly via pipelines, having bought around 155 billion cubic meters in 2021. Meanwhile, U.S. exports to the EU were a little over 22 billion cubic meters last year. President Joe Biden allegedly promised to increase LNG deliveries by 15 billion cubic meters in 2022, but some analysts say the U.S. is already producing at full capacity, and that any additional gas sales to Europe would have to be taken from exports intended for other buyers.